What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ziggy doing, giving y'all a recap of week 4 in the NFL. As always, if you like these videos, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, subscribe, share, and hit the notifications tab. That way you'll be notified of any and all future videos I upload. This video is being brought to you by Madden NFL 19 and my son, because he plays the games, I don't. Now, let's get into it. Week 4 of the NFL, the Chicago Bears. If you guys recall last week, I kind of had a gripe with Trubisky and his accuracy, and some of his throws were errant. Well, let me tell you, I called him on the phone, I talked to him about it, and he told me, Ziggy, I'm going to do better. And boy, did he do better. He actually went out, he performed, he played at a level that is far beyond a sophomore. He played at the all-star caliber. And it just goes to show what potential he does have. You know, the sky's the limit. Okay, he threw 6 touchdowns. That is not an error. That is not a mistake. He threw 6 touchdowns, 5 of them in the first half. The record in the NFL for touchdowns is 7. He could have broken that record, but I think Nagy got kind of conservative and went to the ground game, which also was effective. Tampa Bay was out there looking bad everywhere, but he could have thrown easily for 8 touchdowns. He threw 5 in the first quarter. I think he should have let him at least go for the record, but you know, I'm not the coach, so, and a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't do that, you know, out of respect for the team. But like the announcer said, it's not the Bears' job to control Tampa Bay's feelings or their defense. Tampa Bay is an NFL team just like the Bears. So if they can't stop them, what are the Bears supposed to do? Kneel the ball? No. You put your foot on their neck and you continue to drive. Khalil Mack was spectacular. Once again, no surprise. Our defense is actually, I think our defense is feeding off of him and they're gaining their confidence. And he's one of those type of players that makes everyone around him better. You know, that's how you define a great player. When they can make everyone around them better, then that's how you know you have a great player. Khalil Mack is something special. I'm so glad. Thank you, John Gruden. Thank you, Oakland Raiders, for not retaining him. Y'all wanted to give Derek Carr all the millions of dollars instead of Khalil Mack. You know, it is what it is. But back to the Bears. So offensively, we were on point, all cylinders firing. He could not be stopped. By the beginning of it was a point in the game where he had as many touchdowns as completions. He had 6 touchdowns. As many touchdowns as incompletions. So keep that in mind. He had 6 touchdowns and only 6 incompletions. That right there is a crazy stat. Of course, afterwards, he threw a couple more incompletions, but there was a point in the game where he had as many touchdowns as incompletions. That is crazy. Tariq Cohen was phenomenal in the air and on the ground. The Bears, they actually exploited Tampa Bay's defense, which no one else seemed to do, but they exploited it. They started matching up a fast running back with a linebacker, and anybody knows linebackers cannot cover running backs. That's why we don't try to cover running backs. We can cover tight ends, but not running backs. And the Bears just exploited that to the max. It was almost as if you was playing Madden on rookie. You just throw anything up and receivers catch it. And I'm looking at the game like, is this really happening? Now, everybody know what Fitzpatrick had done in the first 3 games. He was phenomenal. They was considering leaving him in because he was so great, throwing 300-400 yards or whatever. I wasn't convinced, though. You know why I'm not convinced? I'm going to tell y'all why I was never convinced about Tampa Bay. 2 words. Chris Conte. Chris Conte is a bum. He's always been a bum to me. He was a bum when he was on the Bears, and he's a bum now. If you want to know who Chris Conte is, just look back to week 3 at the guy that got muffed to the ground by the tight end from Pittsburgh. That guy that you see flying across the field after he got muffed, that's Chris Conte. He used to play for us, and he is an incredible bum. I have no idea how he has a job in the NFL, but I digress. I don't want to make this personal. This is supposed to be informative and fun. Back to the Bears. You know, we also got a boost from Tampa Bay by the amount of penalties they had. They were so undisciplined on defense, and there were so many penalties, so many, and we capitalized on every single one of them. Every single one. People had concerns about, well, I don't know if the Bears can score in the red zone. I don't know if Trubisky can make the needle in the thread passes, and he delivered on all fronts. There was actually a play where it was two quarterbacks lined up, but I think Tampa Bay went offside, so it was like a flag, and the announcers were like, why are they doing this? You know, why are the Bears doing these gimmicky plays? You're already winning. You don't need any gimmicky plays. Just play smash mouth football, whatever. So later on in the game, they did that exact same play, and guess what happened? Touchdown. I mean, I'm not a fan of gimmicky plays and flea flickers and all that stuff, but if it works and you do it effectively and at the right time, then why not? You know, it doesn't hurt to do that every now and then. If you recall the Saints, when they played Indianapolis in the Super Bowl, that onside kick, that was a gimmicky play. Nobody expected it, and it worked. Sometimes they work. You know, you have to take those chances. But the first half was all Bears. All Bears. Second half, they decided to switch quarterbacks, which I knew they were going to do. They were kind of, the coach was kind of at a point where he had to decide, and it was tough because Fitzpatrick was doing pretty good, you know, and you don't want to take him out. You know, taking out quarterbacks when they got chemistry is not what you really want to do. It kind of shows like you don't have any order with your team or whatever. So they had the excuse they needed. You know, they took out Fitzpatrick, brought in Jameis Winston, and I wasn't worried about Jameis Winston either. I mean, I know he had been practicing a little bit, one-on-one drills at his home and everything, but by the time he got in the game, we were already down by plus 30. So it's not like he was just going to come in there and put up 5 touchdowns. No, he's not that magical. And plus, he's rusty, man. He hasn't played in the NFL game this season. But they had their excuse to put him in the game. And he played first series interception. Why was it an interception? Because Khalil Mack hit his hand. The guy he doesn't have to make a play to still be effective on defense. And like I said earlier, that's special, man. Worth every penny. So the second half we kind of dialed back. You know, we were up already, so we dialed back. And I don't really agree with that, but I understand. You know, you don't want to hurt your quarterback. You don't want to, you know, do anything foolish to cause injury or whatever. So he dialed back. And, you know, we won convincingly. It wasn't even close ever at all in the game. Scored on the first drive, but I think he should have let him go for that record, because that's kind of special for a guy like that to be mentioned with the greats like Peyton Manning, you know. So he should have done it. It's neither here nor there. It is what it is. I'll take the win. So I am 4-0 on the season. We're predicting the Bears games. They head down south to play Miami. Miami just got thrashed by New England. Thrashed. And that usually happens when Miami goes to New England, so it wasn't no surprise. I'm not sure when the last time we actually played Miami, but you know what? I'm going to ride this train, and I'm going to go with the Bears. Give me the Bears to beat Miami next week. I'm not sure if it's Sunday night or Monday football, but give me the Bears. I am enjoying this. We are 3-1 at the top of the NFC North. There's no tie. We're at the top of the NFC North at 3-1. And I want to say something again about that first game against Green Bay. That 75-yard touchdown, we take that away, we win that game. So we are improving constantly. We had injuries. You know, Tampa Bay had injuries, but we also had injuries. You know, Prince, one of our better cornerbacks, he was out. So we dealt with injuries too. But I think right now our offense is showing the high caliber it is, because we have some future all-star receivers. We got 2 great running backs. Our offensive line is finally gelling, and Trubisky is, you know, he's coming into form. He is playing outstanding. I have to give our offense and our defense an A+. I have to. A+ offense, A+ defense. Special teams wasn't even on the field long enough to, you know, get a rating, but they did their jobs too. You know, we limited the penalties. We had a couple of penalties, but not too many. You know, every game is going to be some penalties, but Tampa Bay just they were so undisciplined. It got so bad. Their head coach said everybody needs to be fired, including me. You know, JPP, John Pierre Paul, he couldn't provide a spark for the defense. and the offense just like stalled. We were everywhere. You know, of course, Deshaun Jackson, he's a little speedy demon that can catch. He got his 100 yards, you know, but we were able to contain them, and that's what it's about. You know, great players are going to get theirs, okay, but we were able to contain them, and we won the game convincingly at home. By halftime, all the Tampa Bay fans was gone, so I'm glad. I'll take that win, and on to next week. All right, y'all, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I will be doing a video next week and the following weeks. These recaps will continue throughout the 2018-2019 season. So until the next video, everybody be easy, and I'll see y'all then.
And they had 3 points last time.